Hey, you guys, and welcome to Grace and Guided. This is a faith-based podcast where everything we talk about leads us closer to Jesus. My name is Tawana, and I am simply here to inspire, encourage, and motivate you to pursue your God-given purpose by uniquely being you. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I do pray that you are blessed and encouraged as we learn what it means to be graced and guided. What's up, everybody? Y'all, welcome back to Grace and Guided. My name is Tawana. I am your host. Listen, y'all, did y'all see the new intro? Ooh. Listen, just doing a little something different, just, trying to switch it up a little bit. I hope y'all liked it. I know it's a little bit more mellow than my other upbeat noise that I had on here, but I'm just trying to switch it up, y'all. If y'all on YouTube, y'all seen the little graphics that I have. I hope you enjoyed that as well. That is what we'll be having for the intro and as well as the outro. So, y'all, listen, we upgrading, okay? We are taking this to another level. If this is your first time, welcome, y'all. Welcome to this week's episode. Thank y'all all for continuing to tune in. Y'all know I love y'all. I'm always shout y'all out. Always thankful for the support. But yes, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all. So let's get into it, y'all. This week we talking about the art of friendship, okay? Like, I was really excited to talk about this because this is something I really do communicate with my children. And it was so funny because yesterday I asked my daughter, do she think I'm a real friend? Because I'm like, how do you think you could talk about being a friend or a friendship and you're not even a real friend? But I asked my daughter, and I know I am, but I just wanted to see from her eyes, how do she see me? And I asked her, I said, do you think mommy is a real friend? She's like, yes, mommy, you a good friend. And she said, you have to, I don't remember what she said, but she said, you have to have something to be my type of friend. And I said, what, tough skin? She's like, yes. And she was saying that because she said, mommy, because you just blunt. And I said, well, T, if you not telling the truth to your friends, what you calling them friends for? You know? So I'm just the type of person, like, you really do got to have tough skin to even be considered to call me a friend, because as your friend, I'm going to tell you the truth. There's a difference between being your friend and telling you the truth and then being brutally honest. I'm not brutally honest. Like, I think I used to be, because I just had no filter and I had nobody really told me how to say how I felt without being mean about it. I just literally said what came to my mind. Now I have learned to filter, although I'll still say it, but I've learned to filter it and or not say it in that time and just wait to the appropriate time to address the situation. So how do I qualify? Like, for me personally, like, how do I qualify as someone to even speak about being a friend? Well, you know what? I have been through so many relationships in my life, in my 37 years being on this earth, and even these last couple of years of being around people and learning people and, just coming through different situations. And I have really come to realize that people really don't know what true friendship is. And I don't want to, I hate to feel like people is just ignorant and just stupid. No, I really just believe a lot of people don't know how to be a real friend. Like, y'all hear me talk about my one friend that I have, that me and her have been friends for almost 20 years. That's my one and only, true friend. I have people that's I'm not around physically, that from the military, that I have gained close relationships with. And, if we ever was to pick the phone up and have a conversation, or I go visit them, it's we never lost touch. But as far as that one person that y'all hear me talk about, my friend, that's the one person that I have just in my life, as far as somebody that's on a daily basis with me. But with her, she would always tell me that I taught her how to be a real friend. And she's not the first one to tell me that or say that about what it means to be a friend to somebody. But I don't know. I think the Lord is just giving me this revelation that people really don't know what it looks like to be a real friend. They really don't know what it looks like, because when you used to being a certain type of way, or you grew up in a certain environment, you are literally just a product of your environment. So if you seen your parents, okay, talking about everybody that came around, or smiling in people's face, and then as soon as they leave, they talking about them. if you was around that, of course that's who you are, and it becomes a norm. And that's just to just put that in terms, that's who I was. That's what I grew up as. That's how I grew up. Like, I seen it all the time. Like, let somebody be, my mom could be doing somebody's hair. Soon as they walk that door, baby, she having a whole conversation about them, talking about them like they dogs. And it's like, this lady just got your chair. Like, where they do that at? But I'm realizing that is common. That is normal. Or y'all know, like that situation where you in a room and you know when you walk out, you can feel the room talking about you. That to me is just like, ugh, I can't stand it. And I don't do that. I don't like when people do it. I even try to make that conscious of my kids, or make my kids conscious of that too, where like, we'll be in a room with somebody and we both know something is weird going on with this person. Like, we laughing at each other because it's like this person is whatever. But when the person leave the room, like, my kids will look at me and we'll make eye contact and say something. But I'm trying to get them to stop doing that. If we're not talking to rectify the situation or me explaining something to them, I don't want that person to leave and me and my kids is chit-chatting about them, because I don't want them to do that. And I used to do that myself because I didn't know no better. It was just, that's just what you did. But when the Lord started, like, really dealing with me on that, like, when somebody walk out that room, if you didn't say what you needed to say to them, don't you dare talk about them when they leave. Now, I mean, there's always certain situations that cause for a different outcome. And you may, it just depends on the situation and who the person is. But if you being messy about somebody and you wait good and well till they walk away before you say something, first of all, that's cowardly. Okay. And it's just not right. It's not right. But just getting back to what qualifies me, because I guess I feel like I need to qualify myself to even talk about this. Because like I say, this is what the Holy Spirit have shown me. Okay. A lot of who I am as a person, I've always been a genuine person. Always. Can't nobody on planet Earth, from when I was, child in high school, middle school, can't nobody ever say Tawana was fake. Tawana's fake. Somebody said it to me actually not too long ago. She called herself calling me fake, but she was reading it wrong, and I had to explain to her, no, baby, like, you read that completely wrong. And I explained myself, and it was like, whether she received or not what I was trying to say, that I have nothing to do with that. However, I explained, like, no, sis, you baby, that's what you'll never get with me. Like, if I'm around you or I'm talking to you, or you better believe it's genuine. And if you just not used to that, because obviously you're not, okay? She's not the only person, but it's just people's not used to that. And they don't, when you're genuine, they don't know how to always handle that. And it almost scare people. You know what I'm saying? It really almost make people retreat, because it's like, that's, no, you two, people don't act like that. And it's like, how else do y'all expect me to act? But again, when you around the same people doing the same stuff, seeing the same things, you are only a product of that. And when somebody do something outside of that, or do something outside of your norm, then you think that's weird. But what is weird about somebody genuinely so what is weird about somebody genuinely being this way, and in front of you they're the same person, behind you they're the same person, when they go to the store they the same person, when they go to church they the same, when they come home they're the same person? What is hard to believe about that? And I get why it's hard to believe, because we don't see genuineness. Social media have definitely made us blind to what's real. So you see it on all these reality TVs. You see how grimy these women is. You see how messy these men are, because men can be more messy than females. But you see this false reality, and somebody genuine may come around and you don't know how to receive that, or you don't know yourself how to be that genuine person. So I just believe God has given me very much insight on this whole friendship thing. And I'm gonna also go to a couple of scriptures of how, first of all, we need to make Jesus our friend and become a friend to Jesus. Because when we understand how Jesus is our friend, when we understand how he loves us and treats us like his friend, and just his compassion that he has for us, we will learn how to do that to other people. But then this also goes back to the whole love thing. When you learn to love the way God loves, when you learn to love people, when you learn to love yourself the way the Lord loves you, it will be easier easier. I'm not saying it's easy, but it would be easier for you to love those and really look past a lot of the ignorance and pettiness that people do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to being a genuine friend, my question to you on today is not so much that I want to talk about the other person. I want to talk to you, the person that's listening, you that's on the other end of this, whether you be from another country or you the USA, whether you be in Texas, California, Georgia, Indiana, wherever you may be at this time in your life, physically, wherever you're located, I am talking to you, the person, okay? I'm not talking to your haters. I'm not talking to people that you feel like is fake. I'm talking to you. I want to know, are you the real friend? Are you the genuine friend? Are you the friend that you wish you had? See, I know that with my friend that I keep telling you about, that my one friend that's here with me locally, I know that we know that we are a rarity in this lifetime with each other. Like, for our friendship to be what it is, we are a rarity with each other, and we do know that a lot of people do not and will not ever experience to have a friend for a long period of time. And not saying it can't ever happen, but you may not have a friend. You may not have a friend that you can go to and they got your back, and this without a shadow of a doubt that this person, guess what? Jesus is your friend. Jesus is your friend. Let me just get this out real quick. Jesus is your friend. So even if you don't physically have a person, Jesus is your friend. And when you make him your number one, when you make him the center of your life, he will bring somebody. He know we need to vent. Yes, prayer changes things. And y'all know I talk about prayer all the time. Prayer is essential. Prayer is essential. But he also understands the needs of us when we just need somebody to talk to. And then not necessarily even wanting to just go to a counselor or to a therapist or just booking an appointment. You just want to call one of your homies up and just chat. Like, bro, this is what I'm going through. Sis, this is what I got going on. I just want to vent, or, just have somebody that you genuinely can vent to, and just somebody that can hear your heart without judging you and love you through it. Whether they agree or not, but they'll love you through. And that's what a friend is. A friend is not there to counsel you. Your friend is not there to give you, quote unquote, advice or to be your therapist. Your friend is simply there to comfort you. That's what your friend is for. Your friend is there to console you and to be there for you, allow you to vent. And of course, you as a friend, you tell your friend the truth. But when your friend don't listen to you, okay, you are not their God. All you can do is pray for your friend. All you can do is be there for them and support them. And yes, you still even have to set boundaries with your friends. But at the end of the day, you are there to comfort and be with your friend, and to, and then vice versa to you. So again, if you don't have that person technically in your life right now, it's okay. Keep the Lord the number one, and he will bring somebody. If that's your desire, to have a real friend. And I'm not talking about a guy girlfriend and girl guy friend. No, I'm talking about a sister friendship and a brother to brother friendship. We need that. It's nothing wrong with having a guy friend if you're a female. It's nothing wrong with having a female friend if you're a guy. But I'm talking about to relate to have that, genuine connection and that understanding. You need a counterpart of the same sex that can understand you as the way God has created you. And like I say, if that's what you desire and you do not have that, I pray for you, and I do pray, and I will pray for you. And I will pray that whoever's listening, that the Lord will bring you someone that you can genuinely build a relationship and build a bond with, and have somebody that you can call a friend for life. Now, even with the friendship though, let me just throw this disclaimer out. Am I saying, like, even me and my friend, am I saying we're perfect as in our friendship? Absolutely not. Do she get on my nerves? She get on my absolute last nerve. Do I get on her nerve, work her nerve like never before? You hear me? Like, y'all gotta understand that a friendship is not peaches and cream all day. It's not flowers all the time. Like, we work each other's nerves. She gets on my last nerve, especially when she be doing her. And when I'm doing me, I get on her nerves. But guess what? At the end of the day, if I need my girl, she there. If she need me, I'm there. And we have seasons where we have to take a time out. Like, it's like, you know what? It's a bit much right now to take a break off you. Because, girl, listen, we need to take time out. And we take time outs. We give each other a little space, and guess what? Every single time, then this girl didn't win months. Mind you, I was in the military when she was back home. So we have went months and months and months without talking, but it was never no beef. Even if it was an intentional timeout or life just happened. But every time we got back on that phone, every time I seen her, it was like nothing ever changed. Like we just had a conversation yesterday. That's what it feels like. And that's another thing. Like, you got to know who you are to your friend. You got to know who you are in a relationship, because when you don't know what you mean to that person, yes, you're going to second guess the relationship. Yes, you're going to second guess them. Yes, you're going to always feel insecure or feel like, well, maybe they this about me, or maybe they that about me, or maybe I don't know how to be. When you got to think like that, that's not a real friend. That's not a real friend. I don't ever got to think like that when it comes to her. Have she done some stuff? Yes. But at the end of the day, do I have to think like, am I worried about our friendship? No. No, I'm not. Even when we not talking or taking our little time out, I'm not ever worried about that, because I know my place in her life. You know what I'm saying? And she knows her place in my life. You just got to know that who you are and who a person is to you, to keep to know your security, because it could go like people, and I'm gonna just give this example. The person who quote unquote called me fake, they felt like I didn't reach out to them enough times or something, and I'm just like, girl, I would never be that friend. I'm gonna just be real. Like, I'm never that friend that's gonna call you every day and we finna talk on the phone just to gossip. Baby, that's not me. That's never been me. Okay, my one friend, we don't even do that. My friends that don't locally live with me, who's in the military friends, we don't do that. Like, it's just so when we see each other, we know what's up. When I do visit them, we visit. But it ain't no every day we on the phone and catching up and trying to, man, come on. People got lives. People got lives. You can't be so offended because somebody ain't called you today. Like, sit yourself down. Sit yourself down and stop being so clingy. Like, that's what that stuff like that, that's what it caused me to never talk to you again, because I don't need you clinging to me. Do not cling to me. Like, oh, that sounds so mean, but I'm serious. Don't cling to me. Don't be clinging to nobody. Like, know your place in somebody's life. Be the friend that you want. You want for yourself, but you also respect people's boundaries, respect people's space. Just because your friend is taking a minute to decompress, or you haven't talked to them in a minute, don't be hitting them up. Why I ain't talked to you? Why you ain't called me? We ain't talk. What you got going on? Oh, I ain't important. It's like you acting insecure. Okay, you acting insecure. If I don't hear from my girl, it's like we'll send each other the eyeballs. That's our thing. Matter of fact, on my phone, her picture is eyeballs, like the emoji picture, eyeball, the two eyes. That's her emoji on my phone. Cause let us not be talking, or I don't hear from her after a certain time or whatever. I send eyeballs. What's up? What's up? And she'll sit back, laugh or something like, I'm good, girl. How you? I'm good. Just checking in. All right, we'll talk. Love you. Bye. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just being there for my friend when she needs me, and my friend being there when I need her. And that's what being a real friend is. It's being there to support your friend. Not that you got to be about or around them 24/7. Not that y'all got to do everything together. Not that you got to, y'all don't have to be freaking stuck together like y'all ain't got two different lives. That's not what that is. It's just learning to balance that. And then when y'all need to take, we didn't have time where we would have went out to eat together, just me and her, no kids, you know what I'm saying? Just to catch up and, or went out and did something, just me and her, and that's what keeps our, and that's good for a friendship. But just know, like, when it comes to being a genuine friend to somebody, just make sure that you are never, this is one of the main points that I want to talk about. Make sure you are never, ever, under no circumstance, put your mouth on your friend. Let me say that one more time. I'm talking about to your friend, okay? I'm not talking about these people that you think is your friend and people y'all really don't even know where y'all stand with each other and be trying to act like y'all cool. No, I'm talking about your friend, okay? You have no business and no right to put your mouth on your friend. And I'm talking about to call another friend and talk about that friend. Now, it's a difference if y'all in the same circle. If y'all all in the same circle and y'all vent to each other, if y'all, in a sense of, I mean, even that's tricky, but y'all, know your limits with that. You should know your limits with that. But I'm talking about like you going outside to talk about them to somebody else. Like that's not your friend. That's not your friend. And of course it's different when it comes to a relationship and you talking to your spouse or significant other about, because y'all talk about everything. I get that. But it was even one time with my ex, we was going through our little situation and he was mad at her for some things that, he was just upset at her and he was talking about putting his mouth on. Guess what? I'm not going to talk about my friend. Because my friend has been a friend. He felt like my friend should have gave me better advice on what to do in the situation. I said, that wasn't my friend's place. My friend was being my friend. She didn't tell me what to do. She didn't stop me from making moves. And, she was there. She gave me her 2 cents. But at the end of the day, my friend supports me. If I call my friend and say, hey, girl, this is what I got going on. This is what I'm finna do. She, if it makes sense to her, cool. If it don't, she may say something. But she's not going to stop me or try to control me. That's not her place. That's not her place. She's my friend. And that's what you got to understand. Like your friend, that's what I'm saying. Your friend is there to support you. But your friend also is going to tell you the truth. They're not going to let you, keep wandering around and, making wrong decisions and making wrong. No, your friend should be able to tell you the truth. And there should be no offense held. You shouldn't be offended when your friend tell you what it is and tell you what it is. Like, matter of fact, me and her had a powwow probably like 2 months ago. And I had to tell her, like, listen, what it is. And guess what she said? She's like, you right. Because it was some things that was going on, and I just felt like it was something I've been wanting to say, but we just was busy. But we was at the right time, right place. We was in a good setting, and we had a good talk. And I told my friend what I felt, and she told me, and we just had a good conversation, and was able to clear some things up. So the thing is, y'all, you just gotta be real. Okay? Be a real person. Don't be a friend to somebody that you can't express yourself. If you can't express yourself and tell this person how you feel, you might want to wonder if that's your friend. You might want to question that friendship. Because there's no way that you close to somebody or you love somebody and you adore somebody, but you can't tell them how you really feel, because you feel like they're going to be offended. Well, guess what? That's not your friend. If I can't tell you how I feel, or if I can't tell you you're bothering me, or this is bothering me that you do, if I cannot tell you that as my friend, then that's not what this is. That's not what this is, and I'll just reevaluate our relationship, and I'll put you on the list with everybody else. You're not my friend. You might be something else, but you're not my friend. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Like it's real when it comes to people. Like relationships is very tough. And you got to distinguish what's right, what's wrong, who's for you, who's not for you. And don't be afraid to walk away if you need to walk away, but also don't be afraid to speak up and talk for yourself. So even going back to the not putting your mouth on your friend, like under no circumstances, that is something you take up to the Lord. I guarantee ain't nobody, listen to me, nobody on planet Earth can ever say that my friend, that I have ever had a conversation about her to them. Ever. Okay, I don't care how pissed off she makes me, with situations we have, ever. Nobody can ever say that, because when she make me mad, guess what? I let her cool off, let me cool off. I go pray about that, and I pray for my friend, and I pray for our relationship. And guess what? Our relationship, God is definitely in the center of our relationship. That's why when I told y'all, I don't know if it was last week or the other week, when I said, if God is not in the center of that friendship or that relationship, you best believe the enemy is around the corner. Because wherever God is not centered, wherever God is not, the enemy is there. And I'm not saying that he don't try to lurk his head in our friendship. He does, but because we are women of God and, trust the Lord and listen to God, it's like it don't take us long to like, okay, Lord, we see what you're saying. We see what you're doing. And guess what? Like when I told y'all also, this was a while ago, I remember saying, I got 2 people in my life that gives me a word from the Lord. She's one of them. She's one of them. Listen, if I would have listened to my friend when she told me what God told her before I got married and before I got into my last relationship, God told her. Listen, y'all, okay? When I say I had my share of disobedience, when I say I've had my share of being hard-headed and not doing what the Lord told me to do, and got myself in a world of trouble and almost got me killed because I was disobedient and missed the warning. Not even missed it, completely disobeyed it, completely ignored what he said. She was the first person to give me a warning and tell me that the Lord said he is not my husband. She said she was walking and the Lord told her that is not her husband. And this was when I first really met him. When I first met him, we wasn't even talking about marriage, none of that. She told me that. She said, I don't know where it came from. You know, she knew. She said, I know where it came from, but it was like, I don't know why he would tell me that. But listen, I'm just got to relay this message. He said, that's not your husband. Let me tell you something. That thing went in one ear. I was like, okay. It went in one ear, not the other. Baby, I think about that so often now. It's like, dang, if I would have just listened to my friend. You know, if I would have listened to her, and it's not the first time, like, it's plenty of other messages that, like, the Lord gives her to give to me. Like, her hands will sweat real bad, and she got to call me, like, I don't know what you got going on, what you doing, but this is what I was told, and do what you need to do. And she's on point. She's always on point, and vice versa. Like, I'll get a word, and I know it was from her, and I would text her, and she'd be like, girl, like, she say, I'm the one. That's what she calls me. She's like, you the one. Because I'm always hitting her with a word or hit her up at a time where she didn't, you know, I don't know what she always have going on. But when I hit her up, it's like, girl, how you was reading my mind? Or we'll do that with each other. It's like she thinking about me and I end up calling her. Or something, just little weird stuff like that. But what am I saying? What What I'm saying is, let the Lord be in the center of your relationships. Because he will align things up with you guys. He will allow things to happen. And he will allow certain circumstances to happen, but he will be in the center of that. And he will help you guys mend your relationship, bring y'all together, and help each other on this earth. And y'all could carry this walk out together. You know what I'm saying? So as you being that real friend that I'm talking about, are you that real friend? Are you that person that your friend can come to and know that, you know what, no matter what we got going on, I know I'm not ever worried about you talking about me behind my back. I'm not worried about that. Like, these folks out here where I stay, like, I don't trust none. You know what I'm saying? But I trust my friend. You know, like, that's my friend. That's one person I don't ever really have to worry about. But everybody else is like, I didn't open up to some people. And that's what I'm saying, like, about even just, quote unquote, qualifying myself. Y'all, I didn't see how people are. I didn't see how people, and I'm not trying to be upset because that's just how they are. But I just really feel like people don't know what it means to be a friend. Like, I don't have to hate you because I didn't agree with you. I don't have to go talk about you because I don't like what you said to me. I don't have to go, blast you because we not seeing eye to eye in this particular situation. But then what folks do is, you disagree one time or they mad at you about something one time, and it's like we about to go into a whole brawl because, we didn't get a clarification or get an understanding on this situation. Now it just turned into something that should have never turned into. Unnecessary. But just learn to acknowledge and pay attention to who your friends are. And when you acknowledge and realize that is not it, you gotta move with caution. But let me read the scriptures to y'all real quick as I get ready to wrap up. I want to read in Proverbs where it says that hold on one second, let me get it. In Proverbs 18:21, and it goes down to 24. I'm gonna read the whole thing, but I really want to touch on Proverbs 18:24. But it says, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. And I'm reading from the NIV version. The poor plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly. 24. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Amen. And we know who that friend is. That is Jesus. So let me go to John 15, verse 12, and I'm going to read all the way down. So just bear with me. Verse 12 says, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. 13, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. 14, you are my friends if you do what I command. 15, I no longer call you servants because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, okay, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you. Listen to this, verse 16. You did not choose me, But I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. Amen. So I just want you to know that you have a friend in Jesus first and foremost. When you don't have nobody else on this earth, when you don't have nobody else to talk to, when everybody turns their back on you, Jesus is your friend. Make him your priority. Make the relationship with him number one, and the relationship with everybody else will fall in place. Will it be perfect? No. You're gonna always have altercations with everybody, because we all got differences. But make Jesus your number one. That is your friend. He is your friend. He is my everything. Jesus is my everything. Like, he taught me how to be a good friend. He's teaching me how to be a good friend and how to be a friend even to those who don't know how to be friends. Like, when I see people who you really just don't know what being a good friend or being a real friend looks like, because you so used to being played, or you so used to fake people, or you so used to, your relationships going sour that you become so insensitive to people that you don't even care for nobody. When somebody genuinely trying to love on you and be there for you as a friend, you push them away and turn them away and run them away because you don't know how to receive that type of friendship, that type of love from somebody. See, when you learn to accept the love of Christ and learn to accept who he is to you, it will be much more tolerable for someone on planet Earth to show you that love and you receive it. Like, I'm open arms to those who's open arms to me. I know how to receive love, and I love people. I love hugging on people. I love showing love. I love that. And I love meeting good people. And let me just qualify this too. When I say my one friend, I'm just talking about in the terms of having a friend. But I do have a few genuine people around me, whether they in my classes that I teach or people that I know just in general. There are some genuine people that I, associate with and have conversations with, and, that come around me, just in the public, or, folks that know me. Like, I have genuine people that have proven themselves to be genuine to me, but they're not the ones that, like I say, with my friend, like, she just the person when it comes to personal everything. When I'm crying my eyes out, when I got this going on, that's where I'm going to her house, or she come to mine, and that's the friend that's there for me for those type of things. Okay, so just know the difference between what a real friend is. Be that real friend. That's my plea to you today. I want you be the real friend. If you find people being fake and phony around you, listen, you can't do nothing but chuck that up, because you can't change nobody. But don't you be that fake person. Don't let nobody ever out their mouth say, "Oh, they so fake. She's so fake. He's so phony." Like, don't let people say that about you. I mean, people gonna say what they want to say, but don't give them a reason because you have chosen to do something stupid, or you have been caught running off at your mouth and putting your mouth on people when you were just in their face talking to them, smiling. Don't be that. Don't be that. If you go talk about somebody, baby, say it to their face. If you can't say it to their face, I question who you are. I question you. I question your genuineness. I question you as a person. If you can literally let somebody walk away from you and you turn right around and backstab them, talk about them to somebody else, you're fake. That is truly what fake is. That's truly, truly what fake is. I don't talk about nobody that I can't say to their face. And if I do talk about you or say something behind your back, baby, you best believe it was said to your face. Like, I'm not going to just talk about you because I ain't got nothing else to talk about. If I'm having a conversation with someone about somebody, that's one thing. You're not my friend if that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just we're talking about a situation or talking about a person, but you're not my friend. So I'm talking about friends. I'm not talking about people that you have issues with and you talking about and venting about. That's different. But I'm talking about somebody that you call a friend, that you in their face. Don't be that person that turned around when they walk out the room, you gossiping about them and laughing at them and, making a mockery out of them. Like, that's cruel. And that's not the way the Lord wants us to be. Pray for people. Pray for your friends. Pray for your relationships. And pray that you see things the way the Lord see things. Because, see, guess what? You're not perfect either. So you need to pray that the Lord shows you who you are so that you can start changing these things about you. Start changing and working on these things about you so you can become that genuine friend. Guess what? When you become genuine people you will attract genuine people. and genuine people will come around. You're going to still have people come around, but you're going to have so much discernment. You're going to feel and know energy. Baby, I'm so to the point, I know it's around me. I feel everything. Now, you know what I'm saying? It took me dealing with snakes, but now, like, it ain't really too many people that could come around me and get close to me and I don't catch your vibe. Like, I know who you are just by you coming around me. You know what I'm saying? So just stay prayed up, you guys. Stay prayed up. Continue to pray and keep the Lord first, y'all. And when it comes to this friendship thing, make Jesus your friend. Make Jesus your number one friend. Okay? Number one. Because don't nobody come in his place in my life. Everybody is number two. Okay? He is number one. And I would never put nobody in his place because I did it before. Never, ever, ever. He is my number one. And everybody else come after that. Make Jesus your friend. And continue to pray that he will bring genuine people around you and those that are not for you, that he will remove. And if you shouldn't be around somebody, remove yourself. All right, you guys? All right, y'all. I pray you got something from that. And y'all, we'll be back here next week. Have a good one. Peace. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in this week. I do pray that you got something and received on this week's episode. Y'all listen, make sure to follow my socials. Instagram, Kingdom Minded 23, and also Tawana Motivates on Instagram. And please, y'all, subscribe, like, comment if you are on YouTube, and make sure you go to my YouTube and follow me on YouTube. Again, thank y'all so much for joining this week. And y'all, we'll be back next week. Have a good one. Peace.